Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. So what happened today? Well, what happened is Gary Gensler is attacking once again. Sued an American exchange Bittrex, and he declared more coins securities. So let's talk about this big news and also what's going on with Bitcoin. And should we be worried? So let's do this. Welcome, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing good tonight. Let's just jump right into this big headline news, and that is the SEC charges Bittrex with unregistered operation called 6 tokens or coins securities. Okay, so Gary is not done attacking the crypto industry. Left and right. Bittrex recently said that they're going to, they actually announced something. I forgot what they announced just a few days ago. I think they're dislisting or ceasing operation in the U.S. I forget which one, but now it makes sense because the SEC is charging them with this. And Bittrex used to be, for those of you guys that are OGs in this space, used to be the big daddy. Before Binance was Binance, okay, there was Bittrex. All the projects wanted to get listed on Bittrex in 2017, and then they shot themselves absolutely in the foot because they closed registration during the peak of the bull run in 2017. That's when the likes of Binance and KuCoin and everyone else came out, okay? And Bittrex had closed registrations. That was a really dumb move, okay? They shot themselves in the foot. They gave all the ammunition to the likes of Binance, which is why Binance took control and just grew and grew and grew. But anyways, once upon a time, they were the biggest. Now I don't hear much about them anymore. SEC is still charging them, okay? But what's more interesting is this. The SEC argued in his complaint that OMG Dash, which is a privacy coin, no surprise, you know, SEC does not like privacy coins. Algorand, and then a few other, Monolith, Naga, and IHT Real Estate Protocol. Never heard of those before. But the big name in here is Algorand, okay? So Algorand is now officially declared to be a security by the SEC. Okay, so that's the bigger news. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys are Algorand fans. And you know, they're promising L1. They have a promising ecosystem, growing very rapidly in Latin America. They did have an NFT partnership with the World Cup, right? But here's the interesting thing. And this video is circulating, so I'm gonna play it for you guys. But you know, Gary himself talked about Algorand and supported Algorand. So I don't know why he's changing his stance.
It's just tough. You could create Uber or Lyft on top of a blockchain technology today. Well, maybe in 5 years you could. It would have the performance. Sylvia McCally's Algorand, who's a Turing Award winner at MIT that I work with. Sylvia's got a great technology that has the performance. You could create Uber on top of it. The question is then who would update the software?
So you could see he was saying very good things about Algorand because it was created by someone that attended MIT, which, I mean, it seemed like he was friends with Gary, right? So that's the thing. Like, why go after Algorand right now? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, right? And what is his reasoning? We don't know. Right? At least we don't know just yet. Maybe there's going to be reasoning coming out. But anyways, so this is what happened today. Caused a little bit of scare, right? And this is why even this morning, I covered how there are Congress people that's trying to come up with legislation to basically fire the SEC chair, fire Gary Gensler, and basically replace that position with just a director that reports to a board. So you don't have a single person, okay, that's making all the changes or declaring whatever they want to without oversight. Basically, what this is trying to do is bring oversight to the person that's policing all of crypto right now and all stocks and everything else, right? So there's a lot of stuff happening. So yeah, there's that. Okay, is Gary overreaching once again? I mean, he's facing battle on so many fronts. He feels like he can just attack everyone at this point, right? And we'll see. But you know what? I think this all hinges. I shouldn't say all, but this big nasty lawsuit with Ripple. If Ripple wins, you know, that gives a fighting chance to all these other projects that need some kind of defense against the SEC. And if Ripple wins, they can share their playbook and everyone else will know how to defend themselves against the SEC. But right now, everyone's in the dark because the SEC is not really giving them anything. And that is why it's unfortunate right now. So that is what's going on. Okay. But moving on, outside of Algorand and the crypto projects that SEC is attacking, you know, SEC, the Bitcoin saw some weakness, right? It's down 29,400. I mean, it's really around the same point as it was yesterday. So it's not really weaker. Bitcoin is holding on, but unfortunately we're below $30,000, right? But you know what? This is a time not to be giving up. Okay, because just this morning I covered about how 45,000 around the corner next month, right? And there's more charts, more metrics that support this theory. Here's one is the R-HODL ratio. This is basically, quite frankly, just measuring the long-term holders versus the short-term holders. Okay, and just basically shows the bullish sentiment of the market, whether there is one or not. But you can see whenever that ratio starts dropping, guess what happens? Bitcoin starts going upwards. And you can clearly see that blue line is heading downwards. And look at the past times when you have that blue line, that ratio start falling. Bitcoin starts moving up in a big, big way, right? It's the same thing. Same thing that's happening right now. Long-term holders are becoming more and more and more bullish, and they are not going away at all. This is what we have to look forward to. Also, institutional investors. Look at this. CME Group expanding Bitcoin and Ether options expirations after record daily volume. There are a lot of institutions that are also getting involved. Okay, that's the only reason why CME would want to increase their options, because there's just so much interest right now, right? Tells you it's not just retail holders that are FOMOing, but institutions are also FOMOing. And here's another one. This is looking at reserve risk. Again, just measuring how bullish the market sentiment is right now and what the risk is, right, with Bitcoin. And you could see previous times, especially bottom times, drawdown times, yeah, reserve risk, not good, right? But look at right now. Again, turning green, getting out of that risky level and about to turn bullish, right? It already turned bullish, but you can see again, the previous times, it has turned green. The worst time was actually 99%, right? But all the other times, 487%, 566%, 6,400%, that is in the works. So, and then also, again, not just institutional investors, not retail investors, but also whales, okay, who's kind of in between. Whales are stocking up right now. You could see the red. It's actually just a while ago, you could see that maybe like a week or two ago, you could see the heavy red for plus 10,000 Bitcoin. So the whales are definitely stocking up. But now it's kind of moved to people that have 100,000 Bitcoins. That's still whale territory, right? That's not a normal person. Most normal people do not have 100 plus Bitcoin, right? Still, heavy accumulation all around by institutional investors, by average Joe's retail investors, and whales right now, right? This is no time to be panicking, no time to be fearful. This is time to be bullish. That's right. And Michael Saylor, probably the biggest Bitcoin bull out there, is now converting all MicroStrategy employee emails to Bitcoin Lightning addresses. Interesting. So possibly the biggest bull on earth has just turned more bullish on Bitcoin. So there's that. All right. Now, outside of Bitcoin, of course, we still have a lot of other crypto projects doing very, very well. Okay. A lot of momentum that's building up, right? We know that a lot of L2s, L1s, DeFi plays are getting very, very hot, right? And one of those DeFi plays is actually Trader Joe, okay, on top of Avalanche. Look at the last 3 months' performance. This DEX is skyrocketing, okay? And they are the biggest DEX on Avalanche. So they have been moving quite a lot. In fact, I saw this. If you look at the fastest growing DEX is over the last 180 days, Trader Joe is at number 5. Increased 1,300%. That could explain why they have been doing so well within the last 3 months. Okay, so other ones like Uniswap, no surprise. PancakeSwap doing very well also, right? Although their volume actually started decreasing, but they're still way up there. And then you got Curve, which is a DEX mainly for stablecoins, Dodo, and then finally Trader Joe. So they are definitely heating up right now and only helps Avalanche. Avalanche has also been going up for the past week or so, and that's because not only Trader Joe is getting hot and other tokens are getting hot within Avalanche, but also they have their Cortana upgrade, which this is a test net right now, but they will be releasing into the mainnet, right? But basically it makes Avalanche a better chain, right? So Avalanche, Trader Joe, and others within Avalanche doing pretty good. And Avalanche also came out expanding in Asia. Also, they came out with their evergreen chains, which appeal to institutions. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going on. And Avalanche not only has a partnership with Amazon, but also Tencent, if I recall correctly, in China. So they are doing very well right now. Also, there is this new like TNV, True Network Value, which measures block size, number of validators, and time to finality, basically how robust a chain is. And Avalanche is rated number 2 behind Ethereum. Interesting. So a lot of good stuff happening within Avalanche right now. Also, Polygon. Starbucks is going to launch their season 2 or second NFT drop this week. Okay, their first one, very successful. I've heard people sell their NFT, I don't even know what, NFT coffees for enormous amount of money. And now they are dropping their second NFT collection ready. But guess what? Where is this on? Polygon. Polygon has basically all the brands launching. Nike is launching on Polygon. They're going to sell a virtual box, okay? A digital box for about $19.82. And the reason being, if you have one of these, you can actually unlock digital versions of Air Force One sneakers sold in 1982, right? So they're getting involved with NFTs as well. And others are already involved. I mean, but again, all of this is on top of Polygon. So all these major brands are on top. And also, Latin America's biggest investment bank just launched a stablecoin on Polygon. Normally with stablecoins, you hear them being launched in other chains. I think this is the first one. Like you hear about it with Ethereum, right? But you don't really hear about it on Polygon. Interesting. So now even stablecoins are coming on top of Polygon. So Polygon, absolutely beast of a project, and they will continue to stay strong. And other L2s, L1s like Polygon are only getting stronger too because of the strength of Ethereum. So this is why I'm bullish on Ethereum as well. All right, that is pretty much it. Overall, the bad news of the day is, of course, this. SEC charges more coins and tokens to be securities, right? And obviously upset the market slightly. But you know what? We will get through this. We will get through this. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right. Scrolling down. By the way, I caught up to Picard Season 3, Episode 9. I binge-watched the whole thing within the last couple of days. If you are a Star Trek fan, and if you're especially the Next Generation fan, Picard Season 3 is so damn good. I wish they started with this. Season 1 and Season 2 are really wild. Like, it's all new characters, new storyline. It was okay. It worked, but not really. Season 3 just replaces 1 and 2, like as if Season 1 and 2 didn't exist. And Season 3 really picks off from the Next Generation, although it's like 30 plus years, 40 years later. It is so damn good. So if you guys are Trekkies, you need to watch it. So whoever recommended it, thank you, because it's awesome. Awesome. What would you do if you hold a big bag of algo right now? Well, it really depends on if you believe in them, right? They're not going to get shut down because obviously Algorand is worldwide, not just a U.S. thing, right? They're down 5%, which isn't all that bad if you think about it. So if you believe in Algorand, I would say stick with them. But if you don't, then obviously move. Can Matic do a 15x next bull run? Ooh, that's gonna be tough. 15x. I think it's possible. 10x would give them 100 billion. 15x about 150 billion. It's within the realm of possibility. If there's any L2 that could do it, Polygon could certainly fit that bill. Steve, yes, you could just start Season 3. You don't have to even watch Season 1 and 2. It really has nothing to do with it. There's only a few characters that carry over from Season 1 and 2, but they're not, like, if you didn't watch it, it'll still be fine, right? It's all about, if you're a Next Generation guy, you got to watch Season 3. Just start with Season 3. You got a tan going on? I don't think so, because I've not been out that much. Algorand is actually a wonder of a blockchain technology. They are. They're very promising. Little FUD because the founder did quit his CEO role, and I think he wants to become more of a engineer. I don't know the circumstances why he left being the CEO, but Algorand is still promising for sure. But they got an uphill battle to face now that SEC declared them a security. I'm talking about Picard Season 3. It's a show on Paramount Plus. Did I watch the Star Trek with Captain Pike? Yes. The Brave New Worlds? Yes. It's very good too. All the Star Trek shows on Paramount Plus have been excellent. Discovery also has been very excellent too. Norman, thank you. Any thoughts on Render? Not a big fan of Render. I don't know. I just think renting GPU space, especially on Ethereum, no good. I know they're trying to plan on moving to Solana, but I don't know. For me, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'd rather be invested in L2s like Polygon or L1s like Avalanche. Actually, Polygon's like an L1 too, but like Avalanche, I just covered them. Arbitrum shows a lot of promise. Cosmos, a lot of promise. There's just better plays in my mind. If I had $1,000 to put in a couple DGen plays, what I pick, I can't reveal those right now. Because I'll probably get in trouble. Will FTX reopen? They might. They might. They're debating it whether or not to reopen. They recover $8 billion. $8 billion worth of assets. I don't know where, but they got it back. So I don't know if that's the complete picture. How much they actually owe, I don't know, but that's a lot. That's a lot. Do you think BTC sell-off was caused by U.S. government selling $10 in coins? No. No. And they're selling in portions, not all of it right away, and they already sold a large portion before. This has nothing to do with it. Jason, Crypto Crow. I'm glad. Jed is a good guy. I think the project overall has promise, and I'm really looking forward to season 1 debuting and filming of season 2. Recently, I've been introduced to a lot of projects within Cosmos. There's a lot of promising stuff happening in Cosmos. I'll tell you that. Cosmos is really blowing up. Adam Jones, I hope you're kidding. Adam says Gary is a stand-up guy. Leave him alone. Yeah, he's a real stand-up guy. You know, defending Algorand and saying how good it is, and you could build the next Uber on top of Algorand, and then he goes ahead and sues him, or declares him a security. You know, how does that make sense? OMG used to be a big L2. Now no one talks about them. They're kind of controversial because they sold themselves a couple of times or whatever. Dash, you know, once upon a time was one of the biggest privacy coins out there. Right? I don't hear much about Dash these days, but Algorand definitely the big one that they're going after. JRR tokens. I can't repeat what you said, but that's hilarious. Top gainer Dipus. Never heard of it. 21% with a 3.1 million market cap. Wow, why would Coinbase list this project? There's something very suspicious about that. Very. All right, let's check it out. Let's see it. A powerful decentralized ecosystem with a focus on scalability, security, and global adoption through next-gen infrastructure. Another L1. Metaverse is becoming a reality. dApps. There's a vault and staking. I don't know how they pulled off this Coinbase listing. I don't know much about it other than they're really trying to flaunt their metaverse world. Who's the team? No one I recognize. I don't need his life story. I need to know his background and experience. Yeah, it seems like all these guys are unknown in the space. I don't know. Can't tell you if this is good or bad, but I will say this. It's very low market cap. Could be a degen play, I guess, but because it's listed on Coinbase, but I don't know. I don't know if I trust it. Remington, I don't know who Lisa is, but okay. What do you think about the ways AI and crypto could work together? I think the easiest way, first of all, is storage. Right now, there's already decentralized marketplaces, but I don't know how much data sharing there really is right now between AI projects. I think storage is a very easy like evolution, I guess, or usage for crypto because, yeah, storage is expensive, right? So that and compute also. I think one of the reasons why people are talking about render is because people think, oh, you know, you could run all this GPU and create a AI with it or something, and possibly, but I think storage is really easy, and then compute, right? If you had to choose Avalanche, Solana, easy Avalanche. Not even close. Grade A pump for your weekly show. I am too. Hopefully you guys saw it. We got not a couple, but we got about a dozen or so good projects that applied. We'll have a better application process for next week, but for this week, we'll see. I see people are still making fun of Bud Light, and I gotta say, I gotta agree with that. Any thoughts on EOS? I don't know. EOS kind of dead in the water. They were supposed to rebrand to Antelope. I don't know what happened there. They were trying to sue for the $4 billion BTC Block 1 raised. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on with EOS. Interactive, appreciate it. Elon is creating some Truth GPT. I don't know what that is. He's really bitter because he used to be major shareholder of ChatGPT, and then sold his shares or relinquished his rights or something. Now that it's big and Microsoft bought a big piece, he doesn't like that, so he's going to create his own or something like that. I don't know what he's doing with Truth GPT, but yeah, it seems like the advancement of AI has accelerated drastically within the last few years, right? I saw the 60-minute thing where they were interviewing Google and its engineers about how Bard works. And it's funny that, like, the engineers were kind of explaining, the CEO of Google is kind of explaining, yeah, you know, we kind of know what it does, but there's this black box where you know, it does kind of things that we can't explain, and it knows more than it should. And the interviewer's like, isn't that scary to you? Like, you know, why are you continuing? And then he was like, well, we don't truly understand humans either. Like, it was just really funny. It's like exactly like T2. It's like humans are building Skynet and you don't quite understand how it works or how smart it is, but they're continuing to develop it anyways, right? It's exactly like that right now. Google is doing with Bard, Microsoft and OpenAI is doing with ChatGPT, and many others are utilizing AI. And we don't really know where this ends. This could be the start of the end, just like the fiat, the dollar. This could be the start of the end of humanity because, yeah, they can't even explain. The engineers inside Google can't even explain how Bard knows some of the stuff it knows. Think about it. If they can't explain that, you have the smartest people that's developing it and can't understand how it knows more than it should. That's a problem. That's a real problem, right? But again, it's a competition, and everyone's trying to make more money. That's what everyone's worried about. All right. Anyways, let's conclude. Overall, today got more fun from none other than Gary Gensler, and no one likes that, right? But we will get through it. Hopefully, this legislation gets put forth, and we remove Gary Gensler from position, right? But overall, Bitcoin is still looking good. More volume, more charts that show that we are going much higher. So stay strong, my friends. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And Dustin, will government get away with CBDCs? They will. They will. All right. Have a good one. Take care. Oh, I have something really scary to show you guys about AI. Let me play it right now.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.